Hi, my name is Bivin Mathew, and those who don't know me, I do dance videos, tutorials, and things related to dance. So what you saw now is a basic tutting, and keep in mind I'm not a pro tutter at all or anything close to that. There are tutting gods out there who can nail the scene. So the reason behind I'm making this video is for you to learn how to make your own tutting combinations, alright? So if you follow the certain rules and techniques I'm about to say, you can create your own tutting combinations. So let's jump into the tutorial without any further ado. So the first rule is the 90-degree rule. So it goes like this. Your hand has to be in a 90-degree position, straight down and straight sides. That's it. So what is a 90-degree? Your hand has to be in a 90-degree position like that. And you can also put your hand to the other side like this and come back. So that's a 90-degree again. So people often do a mistake like keeping their hands away from the 90-degree rule. Doesn't look appealing. So you gotta be straight down. And also some people do like hand like that. I call it as like a duck face. Don't do that. Your hand has to be straight like this, straight down. For some people the hand doesn't go much there, so it doesn't matter. So what you can do, you can practice stretching exercise like that. You can stretch your hands like this before doing your tutting. So it helps you to go all the way to the side, right? And you can also push your hand against a wall. You can push against it, don't break it. So you can push against it for some minutes every day. So that will also help you to go all the way back and forth. So in short, these are the do's and these are the don'ts. And so the second rule, and which is the most important rule, so with this you can create your own tutting combinations. So before I say the rule, just keep in mind this is not something you gotta stick on as you progress. Means this might look right for now and wrong later. You will understand what I'm saying. So the second rule, I call it as a P2P, means like point to point. That's what I call. So if you put your hand straight up, there are 3 points in your hand, which is the fingertip and your wrist, then to your elbow. So same goes for the other hand, fingertips, wrist, elbow. 3 points each. And I'm gonna name it as A, B, and C's. A, B, and C's, all right? So since there are two hands, obviously, you gotta mark it as separate. So I'm gonna mark it as A1, B1, C1. Same goes here, A2, B2, C2. So this is how the rule applies. Each point can touch another point. So what I mean, your A1s can touch the A2s like that. And make sure the hand is straight side and straight down like that. And your A1 can touch the A2, A1 can touch the B2, A1 can touch the C2. All right? So this is how a point can touch another point. Same goes for the next one. Your B1 can touch the A2. Your B1 can touch the B2. Your B1 can touch the C2. Alright? So same goes for the next one, which is your elbow, which is your C1. Your C1 can touch what? The A2. The C1 can touch the B2, the C1 can touch the C2. And it's just same the other way, like the A2 can touch the A1, B1, C1, like the same goes here, same goes there. So this will be more interesting if you use your 90-degree rule in one of your arm and apply the point to point to the hand. So use your 90-degree and use your P2P. So you can still do the same, like going to A2, B2, C2. But for this, you have a different ways of touching the A2s. Instead of touching there and going down, Now you have the flexibility of your hands to go here, up and side, right? Even your elbows, you can do anything with that. So I'm going to increase the combinations, all right? So the number of combinations will be increased. If you do a A2 like that, you can still touch the A2 like this. You can still touch the A2 like that. And even you can touch the A2 like this. It'll be more hard to be doing that position as you're sitting. If you stand, it'll be more easier. But still, you got the point, right? So what I'm trying to say, your combinations will be multiplied if you use your 90-degree. Even if it's one hand, it is increasing. Think about going for two hands. So you can still do more and more combinations with both arms, and your combinations will be again multiplied. So to understand tutting more, it's like forming boxes, all right? So it can be a rectangle, it can be a square, so it's up to your hand's position. So let's say your hand is most of the times, it's like half of a box. What I mean, your hand will be like that, and it's not a perfect box, it's a half of a box. What you gotta do, you gotta draw a line, ups and downs, to make a complete box. Right? So this will be the concept. Most of the times you are trying to make a box, all right? And most of the times it's half of a box, and you gotta figure out an imaginary line to make it as a box. So both arms like that, it's almost a box. All you gotta do is putting a line there, and it's a box. And there are positions where you can make a box completely. Let's say here, it's a box. That's a common tutting box. So these are the concepts of tutting, making boxes out of nowhere with using your 90-degree rule. So the third rule is actually interesting. It is called the tracing. So just like before I said, you are going for A to B and B to C like that, right? So this is actually a tracing method you're using. You are tracing through the points. So let's say from A to B and B to C like that, right? So you're tracing through the points, and also you can stop at C straight without stopping at B. Boom, you can go straight down. You don't have to stop always there. So you can go from A to C just like that. Boom. So if you want to use both of your arms with a 90-degree like that, you can still trace the same way from A to the B like that, right? So from here, the good thing about 90-degree, there is a flexibility to move this way, or even the elbows. So these two are open always. You can do anything you want from there. So this is how I channelize or divert my hand to a new path. I open up my hand so I can go there, or to make it more interesting, I can use the same elbow technique here, open up, and I use my 90-degree again, bend it like that, and I can go in and make another tutting position. So what I did here, I didn't change any rule. I'm still sticking on to the rules. So I'm touching at my wrist, let's say B's, as for B1 and B2. So I'm touching the B's now with the A's. The A here and the A here is touching the B's now, right? So from there, what I did, I just changed my wrist. Still it's touching the same points. I'm not changing anything else. So I change my wrist to that point, and I'm opening my elbows there, and I'm coming down here. So still I'm not changing any points. I'm still touching at the B. Then I'm trying to go in, tracing to A's. So this is what happens. You can make your own combination from the tracing method. There will be some positions, let's say you will be stuck like that, and most of the times use your 90-degree rule. It will make you escape from that position, right? So if you use a 90-degree here, boom, you have a position now to move around. Or apply the 90-degree for both, or you can use your elbows. Opening up the elbows will also help. From there you can again apply the 90s like that. So don't restrict yourself thinking the basic tracing movements. You gotta find out your own tutting combinations with the rules I said. So with these rules, it's really easy to make new combinations, but first it will be hard, I know. But when you try to think about, you know, like, how can I go from here? Use the 90-degree. All right, so how can I go from there again? What if I use a 90-degree again? Yes, you can. From the same angle, you can go like that, because you're not changing any rules, because you are still touching at the A ones. A's, you are still touching it. From there, you can play around like that. You have different combinations. See, these are 3 combinations. Even if the hand is down, hand is here, hand is there, that's 3 combinations. 4. So don't restrict yourself with only the tracing. You can use the elbows and the 90s. Alright, that helps a lot. So that's it for the rules and techniques and everything, and now we can go into the actual combination of the tutting. Alright, and if you stick to this point, it means you're serious about it, and I really do appreciate. Let's go into the tutorial. So this is how the combination goes. You can take your left arm up, then you can take your right arm up after, and it will be straight up. Then you can turn your left arm like this. So that is 3 steps already. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so from there, what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna take my arm in like this. So basically what I'm doing, I'm using the second rule and the tracing together. 1, 2, 3, then I'm tracing in to that point, which is the B's. So I'm touching my B's together. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going into the B's. So I'm still using the rules and still following the same pattern. And from here, I'm going to trace again down. So that is possible too, from what we learned. So we're going to go down like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm gonna use the 90-degree rule for both the arms. So first I'm gonna go for the down, then for the ups. So I'm just using the 90-degree here without changing the points. 1, 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one more step to the 8, and keep in mind whenever I put a choreo for a song, if it's an 8-count song, I always try to make the 8th count to be special or something unique. Alright, so I don't want to be something like this and stop there. So what we can do from there, I can flip the whole thing to the side. So don't be afraid, and we are not changing any rules here. We are still sticking to the same rule. I'm in the bottom at the C with the B, and I'm turning everything to the side. But I didn't change the points to somewhere else. From there, I just flip everything to the side. So that's another way to do the 8th step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, boom. So when I teach, I use a slow song for now, so we can do it together. So after that, we can move to the fast one. So we will try with the music till there. 5, 6, 7, go. So we are here at the 8th count. So from there, what can you do? You can use your tracing method again. If you want, you can go there, or you can trace down. But I want to do something different. So I was thinking more like lifting my elbows up like that. So that is a step 1 from the 8. So a 1 again, like that. And what you can do from here, I'm using my other arm to go up. So this is more like opening a door. So I'm hitting here, so this will open. So that's how you can connect a step. So let's say your left arm is going up and your right arm is going up again. So this is how it goes. So 1, 2. So what I can do is a tracing. So we can trace up from the C to the B, right? So I'm using my B2 from the C1 to the B1 if you want more specific. Or let's stick to these points, C and B. So I'm tracing from the C to the B. Alright? So we were starting from there. We're gonna go 1, then 2. Okay. So we were starting from here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, then trace up. So that's 3 steps now. Yeah? From the 8th count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Now moving on to the 4. This is again like opening the door. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna open my door up to the side. So hit, open, hit, open. Right? So that's 4 steps now. Halfway through to the 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more steps. So what I did here was the flexibility of the 90-degree rule. I use my elbow and I use the 90-degree again, and I traced from C to B. Then I use the 90-degree rule again. So that's what happened. So from there, what can you do? I'm tracing it again from the B to the A. So you can do this. You can trace from B to A. Boom. So you might think you will be stuck here because there's nothing much to do, but no, you can trace again. You can trace with this hand or you can trace with this hand. I choose this hand because there is more room from there for me. So let's say you go up, then I can trace back to this position again. Alright, so where are we now? We were here, hit, open, goes up, open up again. I'm tracing now. Trace, trace, trace. So how many steps is it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I said, the 8th count, I want something to be a little unique. So from here, we can do a lot of tracing actually. Think about it. You can go down. You can do this and that or anything like that. But it is the 8th step. So I want something to be special. So what I did there was at 2 steps. I did 2 steps into a 1 step. So it's up to you. It's how fast you do. If you do faster, 2 steps, it's fine. You can end up with a 1 step. If you do that slowly, it's 2 steps. So it's that easy. So from there, what I did, I came back here. So let's say that's a 1 step, right? And if you go there, that's a 2 step. But we need at the 8th point. What I did, I jumped into the 8th directly. Boom. You can do that. It's completely up to the person how you tut. Because we are not breaking any rules here. I'm still sticking to the same B. From here, I did that. I just changed my position from the 90 to the straight to the 90 again. Then I pushed in. But I did everything together. So, this one and that one and going in, everything together goes boom. So let's try from the top till here, which is 16 counts. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, go. So if you don't get the routine now, you can rewind the video and do with the video, so you will get it. Yeah. So those who get it, we will start from here. So what we can do from here, I can open up both arms like that. Alright, so we are in this position. So what I'm trying to do now is going to be tracing. So I'm going to trace the hand to the C. So whenever I say CBA, it's mostly this hand. Alright, mostly your right hand. So I'm going to go to the C of your right and to the B like this. So a 1, a 2. So we are from here, we're gonna go a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. So that's 4 steps now. So you are 4 steps away from the 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are different type of tutting, but I didn't say that in the beginning of the video because I don't want you to be confused more. So like I said, some rules appear to be right then and gonna be appear wrong later. So like this is one of those things. So instead of tracing here, we can also do this. According to what I said before, it is not kind of right, but it is. This is another kind of tutting. So you can take your hands off like that from here. So you can take it off like here. Right? So what we did from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to take the hands away from the hands or the points. So what I did here, I'm still kind of following the same rule because I'm at the same line of that point. I'm not going in between or in between like this. I'm in the same point, but I'm just away from that point. Alright? So from here, I'm there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from here, we are playing with the new tut or the new type of tut. So from here, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to turn everything to a side. Boom. So what I did is I'm turning your right hand here and the left hand there. So I'm not changing anything still, I'm just changing the position. Boom, tap. So if you put it together, the rule still applies and it's still right. I'm touching the A to a B. So from here, boom. So this is what happens. Your left hand goes down, your right hand goes here, left hand comes in, left hand goes up, split it up and turn together. So after the turn, what we can do again, I'm playing with the new kind of tut. I can put the hands here now. So I'm just applying the 90 degree and I'm changing the position, but still look at it, the rule is still kind of the same because you are touching the B to the B. So from there I just turn like that. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's try it again. Go slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Split. Turn both. Turn one in. Then it's 7 counts already. So if you count, how many counts is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I said, the 8th count, I need something to be special or unique or a little different from what we did. So from there, what I can do, I'm gonna trace a long way from here till the end. So this is where we go. Boom. So make sure your elbow is touching the wrist or the C is touching the B and the B is touching the C. So we don't break any rules there. So boom. See that? So we are here. So from the start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will try again with the music from the top till there. 5, 6, 7, go. So there are different kind of tuts, and the ones we did now was mainly 2D, like two-dimensional tuts. All these things are 2D. We're not going anywhere, right? We are staying in this dimension. So there are 3D tuts, which is more interesting. This is how 3D works. I'll just show an example of 3D from here. So if I do like this, it's still 2D. It's still 2D tuts. But if I take my hand off there, so it's a 3D. Boom, boom, tap. So these are all 3D tuts. So anything projecting from to another dimension is a 3D, like we learned in the school. If you went, depends on the person who's watching. So I want you to try a 3D tut from there. So I don't want you to be like this. This will be too easy, just taking your hand off like that. I want you to try something different. So you can take your arm or hand like that, so you can show your palm to the audience. So boom, like this. Still, we are not breaking any rule. My hand is still in touch with the B. So 1, like that. So this is the tricky part. I'm gonna do a twist with my arm. So it's an illusion. I'm not twisting my whole arm like that. So what I'm trying to do, I'm taking my palm up like this. So when it comes here, my palm is already in this position. See what I'm trying to do? Boom. So from there, I'm just showing off the back side and turn all the way here. So it looks like I'm turning all my arm to the side. Boom. It might be a little difficult or tricky to start, but just rewind and see what I did there. All right, on to the next step. So 1, 2. From here, I'm taking my other arm, which is your right arm, front, like this. So take your right arm from here to this position. So like I said, there are some rules which you're gonna break, or which seems like you're breaking, but this is how you learn the tutting. So boom, you take it off and you put it here. Still, I'm kind of in the rule. I'm touching this point. So boom, you're just away from it. That's it. So I'll go through again with the counts. So we're gonna go a 1, 2. So there is no 2 here. This is just the part of the step. This is the 2. So 1, 2. 1, 2. 3. So you're taking your right arm like that. So that's a 3. So what I'm trying to do from here, I'm gonna turn all the way to this side. So I'll say individually what I did. For your left hand, you're turning a 180 like that. So you turn a 180 like this, and you turn a 180 for the other hand. So you do that together from this position. Boom. So for me, if my position is like that, without touching any joints or any points, if it's separate and if it's in a 3D, for me it's good. So I can change the tut to anything which I like. For example, I can take my hands straight to that from here, because I'm not breaking any rule, because I'm not touching anyways anything. So I can start off straight away like that, or this, whatever, I can do it. So same goes for this one. We were here and there, and I can start off the tutting like that and this. So it's like a fresh start again. So boom, boom, and it's 2 steps already. So 1, 2. Now we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 steps. So I'll say it again with the hands. So your left hand goes, left hand turn, right hand goes, both turn, the right comes up, the left comes up. So It's 6 count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 2 more counts to make it 8. So what we can do from here, we can trace just like before, or any way. You can trace in. You can trace in this way, yeah, like you are stopping at the B's, B1, B2. So we can stop like that, or you can continue go in. So I don't want to do like a 1 and a 2, it doesn't look that good. So I want to go straight here. So 7, and like I said, 8 count comes. I need something to be different, so I'm gonna use a transition. So a transition is something I use like that, or this, or here. I usually use that in my setting. So what does it mean? Your hand is in like that, and I'm just switching my arms front and back like this. Still I'm in touch with the B. I'm not taking my hand off. It is still in the B's. I'm just turning it off like that. Boom, boom. So what I'm doing, I'm taking my hands back like this. Yep. And you can come back here. So back and switch, back and switch. So that's the 8th count of the 4th section, let's say. So we will try with the music again. 5, 6, 7, go. So I want to introduce a new kind of tut from there. So it's called finger tutting, and the finger tut is like a big topic. All right, so I'm not any expert to tell you anything about finger tuts, but I'll just say or introduce the basics. You can learn from there because I'm not a fan or I'm not good at it. So yeah, so we can do from here. I'm gonna trace back, boom. So from there, I'm gonna put my index finger up of your left hand and take your right hand just like the same. So from here, I'm gonna go trace back and 1 and 2. So for the finger tut, it has 3 points too. For learning purpose, you can think like 1, 2, 3, or the A, B, C, and same goes here, A, B, and C. All right. So each point can touch each other points. So 1, 2, 3, or anything like that, you can do it. So I'm gonna go the very basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a square now, and I'm touching each point. 4. Can go down, trace down to 5. It can trace side to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are at the 6th point of finger tutting. We need 2 more to go to the 8th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 6, I'm not gonna trace. Instead, I'm gonna use like the point-to-point technique, like that, and make a square. So, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I can use the middle finger of your right hand up and index finger of your left hand up again. So you can make another square. So it's like walking in the air. Boom, 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 tap, tap, 7, 8. And you can finish the routine like that. So see how you do again. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will try the whole thing from the top till here and see how it goes. 5, 6, 7, go! So this is not the toughest combination at all or anything close to it. This is just the basic stuff of tutting, and if you find this really easy, you can level up by putting a faster music, and if you find it hard, you can practice with me in the same video before. You can practice that part and come back here with a new faster music. So I'm going to play a new music now, so we can try with that faster pace. It's not that fast, but it's just faster than the previous one. All right, so let's go how it goes. 5, 6, 7, go. So if you're watching the video still, it means you are a fighter, because no one's gonna stay this long unless they want to learn it so bad. So respect and salute for those who stayed this long. And it was a hard tutorial to make. It was not easy because I had to come up with these ideas how to teach you effectively and simple as possible. So I really do appreciate if you put a comment down there if it was useful, and like and subscribe the channel for me to grow as an artist. So it would be nice if you can create your own tutting or the same tutting as well. I don't mind, and you can send that to me in my Instagram. I'll put that link in the description below, so you can check that out as well. So this is how it works. If you send it to me, I will correct you if you want, or if it's good enough, I'll put it as my story. And I highly do appreciate the feedbacks, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.